is only taking 14 days of maternity leave, and women are losing their minds. I'm going to show you some stuff and I'm going to break it down for you like nobody else will. But before we get into that, I got something to share with you. This show is brought to you by hustlerskungfu.com. And today's special, let's just jump into it, is this bad boy. 30 days to 2,500, fast start. There is a coupon below the video, or there will be a coupon in the annotations, probably to your right in red. So if you want to take advantage of that, or if you want to be extra crisp and classy, go ahead and take advantage of the bundle special, which is in effect until September 30th, where you get everything that you see before you and everything that's coming after this, which is an incredibly good deal. All right, let's get to why folks are losing their minds. Let's start off with this. It's it's pretty interesting how many people have weighed in on this. She just made the announcement, and just to kind of give you some context here for the women viewers, I think the women who are on this channel get it, whereas women out there in La La Land, they don't get it. I mean, you're seeing all kinds of stuff, such as how Marissa's Myers' maternity decision affects young women, whether she likes it or not. Okay, now I saw this, and they were just going off and off. You know, this is in LinkedIn. You can read it if you want to, but all right, here's the context. The CEO of any company, whether male or female, lives a different life. Would you not agree with me? It's a little different. Let's see. I had it. Here we go. She's worth $300 million. She is one of the first employees of Google. She's set for life. She doesn't have to work. She wants to work. Now, with that fact, once again, she does not have to work. She wants to work. That's a testament to her character. Yahoo has been in trouble for a while, and instead of her having her kids and going off and taking a year's maternity leave, she's like, you know, I have a responsibility to this company. I have a responsibility to these employees, and I'm going to make the personal sacrifice of putting the company before my family. And that's what you do as a CEO. That's what you do as a founder. That's what you do as someone who starts a company. Because when you start a company, that's like having a baby that you have to groom and nurture. And let's going back to this one. They were like, really just, I mean, she's just going off and how this affect. All right. The fact that they're going off, and I'm going to say this, and it's going to be very, very unpopular, is they have no damn idea what it's like to run the company. None. Zilch. Zero. No clue. Because if they did, they wouldn't be going off. They wouldn't be losing it, talking all this smickety smack. Because, I mean, seriously, there's this candy ass ideal that you can have it all. You can't have it all at the same time. You can have it all, but it's going to be in stages. And to my female viewers and my male viewers, you want to have kids? Once again, what I keep telling the young guys, you're 16, don't have any kids. Go out and do your stuff first. Do your stuff first. And if you want to be a really good mother and you want to be a really good businesswoman, you're going to have to make some decisions, and you're going to have a timeline. So that's what I'm saying. Go ahead and start these businesses now. Go ahead and travel around the world now. So by the time you're 26, 27, 28, and you want to wife up, hub up, have a kid, you've had so many things that you've done. You've had this rich and fulfilling life that's just going to even make you a better parent. Then it's just like if you have to make that kind of decision, you will not see it as a sacrifice because you lived your life. And I'm not surprised. So years ago, there was another CEO. I'm going to try to Google it real quick. She stepped down, and this was like in the 90s, And I mean, oh, it was horrible the way they treated that woman because she decided to step down this take care of her family, and the women roasted her. I mean, it was just crazy. Let me see if I can find it because it was a long time ago. Take care of family. I forget the name of the company. It was all in the news. Let's see. this is really funny. Everything that I'm finding is relatively recent. Really, this kind of adds a little bit more context to the conversation. It really does. Hold on a second. We're gonna roll that and we're gonna explore that. It's like you're seeing. Hold on. This seems to be quite. This is happening quite a bit. I'm on pace to fly 300,000 miles this year. All the normal CO travel plus the commuting between Palo Alto and New York every 2 weeks. During the travel, I've missed a lot of family fun, and perhaps more importantly, I'm not with my kids when our puppy was hit by a car, when my son had minor and successful, of course, unplanned emergency surgery. This is a male who stepped down. Because that's why I brought this in here. We're not going to deal with Ashley Madison. Sage advice for women leading Australian CEO steps down. CEO steps down to be a more involved dad. CEO steps down to be a better dad. Male CEO steps down to spend time with family. The CEO quit $100 million job to spend more. You're seeing this all when the top CEO quits to be a better dad. It's giant. Now let's kind of really go back to what's happening to Marissa. She's kind of going the opposite way. And women are like losing their mind. Now, see, this is the thing I'm just telling you. If I have any more kids, I'm a stay-at-home dad. That's the whole thing. That's what I plan for. And I have the type of business and ability and mindset to do that because I designed my life before I built this business. That's something I did. Many people build a business, don't design the life, get caught up, and get stuck. So yeah, I would be the stay-at-home dad with an income. That's who I would be. And not everyone can do that because they didn't build their lives that way. But the whole conversation of so many people losing, well, excuse me, stop. I keep saying people, let's just be factual. So many women who have this illogical notion that you could be the CEO of a top 100 Fortune 500 Fortune 100 company and leave your position and go hang out with the fam for 8 months or something on maternity is preposterous. I just showed you a bunch of men. One dude, $100 million job, step down to be with the fam. 100 million. And I'm just amazing because every time a female CEO does something like this, regular women don't understand. All right, little girls, you're out there watching, little boys, you're watching. You're not going to be able to be the CEO of a company and go off and do all of these things. It's like being the CEO of a company is very similar to being a doctor, emergency room professional, surgeon. For you to do your job well, sometimes your family's going to suffer. That's just facts. I worked in healthcare for a long time. I saw what a lot of doctors went through. These doctors were amazing doctors and were told they were shit dads or shit moms. And it wasn't that they were shit dads or shit moms. They made a decision that impacted their family that I think wasn't a bad decision. I just think that the wives and husbands who married these people didn't know what they were getting into. You marry a doctor, who, especially a surgeon, y'all could be in the middle of fucking. That beeper goes off. See you, baby. I didn't mean to leave you hanging, but I got to go operate on this brain. It's when you get to that level, you can't look at that life from a normal prison. I'm not prison, prism. You can't look through that life through a normal prism. And you have these people who are just trying to make extraordinary jobs and positions pedestrian. CEO of a Fortune 500. CEO, that's not a normal job. There's only 500 of the motherfuckers. It's not a normal job. It is very rarefied air. It's a lot of demands. Some CEOs don't have just one assistant. They have 2 and 3 because there's so many things to filter all the information, being on the plane, going, meeting the people, going to the, it's a job I wouldn't want. Straight up, I wouldn't want it because I cherish my freedom way more than they do. You're in a fishbowl as a CEO. All right, look at this woman. She's going to have twins. She's made a decision to put her company temporarily because, like I said, she's 40. She's rich already. She's probably not going to be there in 4 or 5 years anyway. The kids are going to be going to, private school, no doubt. So this is a temporary deal. And also, once again, her life is totally different than your life because she may have it set up, and I'm assuming, I have no idea what this woman's going to do. She may have it set up where she may have a nursery on the job. She's got that kind of clout and power. She may be going to see her. Who knows how they're going to do it? But the whole thing is, as a CEO, these are the decisions you have to make, and they're very hard decisions. And I'm not surprised that normal, non-accomplished, ain't done shit with their lives women are losing their minds because you're messing up my dream, Marissa. You're messing up my dream. For some reason, I think that I can be CEO and have all of this free time to hang out like Carrie and her girlfriends and make all this money and have this and just push a button and then it gets done because I do the job so much better than men. No, you're deluded. There's a reason that the top female CEOs often don't have families and often don't have kids because of the incredible demand. And until recently, there's a lot of men that weren't going to sit in that almost the dad role, the stay-at-home dad role. See, I didn't call him Mr. Mom. I think that is insulting. That's Mr. Dad. He's at home acting as the primary caretaking parent. That's dad, not Mr. Mom. That's fucking dad. And a lot of dudes will do that. But once again, based upon their reptilian brain and the primal instincts of humanity, a lot of women don't like that guy. Don't like him. They like, Mr. 12-inch dick, Neanderthal, knuckles dragging on the ground, making sounds like a Wookiee. Wookiee sounds. They like that guy. And he's not rearing kids. It's like, I got to go out here and drag these knuckles, baby. Yeah, I'll help you make one, but I gotta drag these knuckles. And there's an article, and it was in a British newspaper that was about that, how a lot of these guys were just stunned that they were caretakers, they were loving, kind, good parents, and the women were unhappy and they just left. So that whole primal thing that people are trying to socially engineer, good luck with that. Maybe when you get to the point where you can go ahead and twist DNA in the embryo and then the kid comes out as, quote, a citizen with none of those primal instincts and they're cool with it. Yeah, that might be 50 years off. We may get to that point in 50 years. But right now, knuckle dragging is ruling the day. It is. And they're just not marrying those dudes who will do the thing that they want. And when they do, they're just finding, why am I looking at that other CEO over there, and oh God, the way his knuckles drag the ground. Oh, it just does drip, drippity, drip, drip. We're not getting past that. I don't care. That's just really, really interesting. So to my people, to the folks who watch this channel, here's some advice. If you want to start a $1 billion company, start now. Start now, so by the time you're 30-some, you can have your exit strategy, sell that puppy, and then be the family man or be the family woman that you want to be. Because this is one of the reasons that I am so onto it, because someone put in the comments, because I'm going to address it probably sometime today, that, you speak down to college. Why you went to college? How many times have I said I was in the fucking Matrix too? That's how I know the shit's fucked up. I was there. I was in the glass too. I was just like, I know this steak isn't real. And I know that this whole thing, but I like it. And I want more of it. I was in the Matrix too. I was on the same false narrative social plan as you. I was doing the same dumb shit. Speak on it. Oh, I had a 4.0 when I was in school. Many people think, well, the reason he talks bad about school because he didn't do that well. Dudes, I was one of the top students in my high school. That's not the problem. That's just more proof that the smarter you are, the less you need college. It's just proof of it. And that's one of the reasons that the whole thing with that is so skewed, is because when you take the best of the best of the best and put them in one place, is an assumption that because they were all in that one place is the reason that they were successful. A lot of these people, and you're seeing it now with a lot of really smart kids who are just dropping out. I don't need this shit. I just don't. If you are 24 years old and you can go woo somebody and get 15 million in investment money in startup, you are exceptional. We like startup culture and what's going on in Silicon Valley. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Guess where most of the venture capital investment money in the world is going? It's not Silicon Valley. It is Israel. Not the UK. It is Israel. Yes, that country in the war zone is getting more money than anyone else combined. A lot of stuff's going down in Israel. But the whole point is, when you live on false narratives, and young ladies who are watching this, who have this thing of, you want to be that powerful CEO, do it. Make it happen. Realize that dream, that desire, that wish is going to have some consequences. And I'm not going to say they're negative. I'm not going to say they're positive. I'm going to say there's consequences. There's causality and effect. You do that, there's going to be some repercussions in the rest of your life. These are facts. These are just facts. And people are trying, like, no, it's not like that. And if you think that you're thinking like everyone else, living your life like everyone else, that you're going to be a female CEO, I'm going to tell you, you're full of shit. You understand how competitive it is to get one of those jobs unless you create your own company, especially on a publicly traded company where you are in the fishbowl for just when they look at you for the position, you're in the fishbowl. That's when your fishbowl life starts. That's when people like looking up the address, they're like, hey, I know you're about to be CEO, so I'm checking these panties out. Okay, she's got on blue panties with whales. Thank you. And they're like, you're trying to eat, and they're like, oh, she ate some Ritz crackers, may have dietary. I mean, this is what happens to these people. It's insane. I don't want none of that. That's why I run my company the way that I run it. I don't want any of that shit. It's just, my thing is, I would, be a billionaire and no one knows I'm a billionaire. That would be my thing. Not to be in the fishbowl, not to be every little thing that you examine. Because when I read the story, I knew exactly what she's doing. Yahoo's been in trouble for a few years. She can't just like, all right, well, I'm gonna leave the steering wheel to someone else. Then I'm gonna go. Do you know how bad that looks to shareholders? It looks irresponsible. It does. And you've got all of this pushback about why she should just take a wreck. It's not realistic. There's a reason that she's taking such a trunicated maternity leave, because the company's in trouble and she is the one at the helm, and she's trying to fix shit. And you can't fix shit when you're not at work. That's just the reality of it. And people are like, oh gosh, she should do this. Because this is what got me. This whole thing affects young women, whether she likes it or not. I'm like, it's just been crazy. So, okay, if you're a young woman watching this channel, I'm going to tell you the truth. You can be a CEO. You can do it. I'm also going to tell you there's going to be a lot of consequences for that decision. There's going to be a lot of consequences if you get on that path that you may later on possibly regret. You might be a woman that doesn't want kids, and you'll do that CEO thing to death and enjoy your life and have a great life. But based upon what I've seen with my own eyes, is that probably 75%, 80% of women want kids. And that's just reality. So if you want to do that, start your CEO track now. Get up there, enjoy that experience. Because the thing is, you could be a CEO of a big company in your 20s now. This is very realistic, especially if you start it. I mean, if you start it, yeah, you're gonna have to start it because no one's gonna just like, oh, you're 24, you're the CEO of this. No. But you can start that company, you can have that life, and you can have those powers that be. Do it now. Start on it now. Do not listen to your friends. Get on that path now. Go find something you can do. Get a startup going. Go in as the CEO. Talk to venture. Do that stuff now. You have 18-year-olds who are doing it. There is no barrier. There's no age barrier. You don't have to go to college. You just have to have the right idea. Matter of fact, I don't know her name, but it has to do with yeah, let's see. I think this will be the easiest way to fight